Welcome to the Live Life in the Purple radio show with M Love on the IBNX radio network. Innovatively broadcasting new experiences, IBNX, where we engage, empower, and entertain you.
And over in the corner, the biggest star in the room. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, right. You can't find the intro. So nobody's telling me where they are looking at us in the world? What's up with that? Don't you want to shout out?
Where y'all be
Where are
at?
you?
Welcome. You are not tuned in. Yeah. Tidbit. M Love. Dusty always told me to keep a small circle. Love thy hater even though they hurt you. Positive vibes, natural highs. So I'm tuned in to live life in the purple. Shout out to M Love. This is real love. How I know? Cause she always show him love. It's all love, art, and poetry. Tune in, you about to witness history.
What up, what up? Thank you so much, Team IBNX to the rescue. They got S's under their chests. But right now, you are listening to the voice of M Love, and that is because it is Tuesday. And so this team's mission, we are coming at you full force, bringing you a full 2 hours of love, positivity, laughter, poetry, a little bit of drama, just a little bit. But that is our team's mission, to bestow upon you the gift of positivity. So thank you and welcome so much. To my left, let me tell you about this presence over here. Mr. Only One Tippy, he is revealing himself to the crowd today.
Yes, I am, and yes. How y'all doing? We here in the purple today. How y'all doing?
What's up, Miss Swagger M's in the house?
That's my name. That's
Swagger
my name.
M.
I finally got a name. My name was Marilyn Pierce, but when I'm on the air, it's Swagger M.
Don't you love it? Don't you love it? And of course, we cannot do this without the beautiful energy of our wonderful guests that come up here to hang out with us. So I need you to get to know and give some love to Mr. Ink Rich. What's up?
How y'all doing? Ink Rich, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm a professional body paint artist, and I'm a tattoo artist as well.
All right. And I need you to look him up on Instagram because what he does is just amazing. But we're going to get to know him a little more. And all the way over across to your left, is that your snaps in a circle?
Nice.
What's up, Camila the Diva?
What's up, M Love?
Camila is an amazing person, and we've got something going on at the end of this month. Yes. So she came in to deliver the message personally and give you your invitation to the hottest event on the South Side.
Oh, yeah,
let's call it that.
We're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if we got this celebrity in the room. Can he step over to the mic and give us some love and say hello? All the way from Miami town. What's up, Jay Mazur?
What up? This your boy Jay Mazur, the R&B sensation, Miami, Florida here, and live life in the purple with the beautiful M Love.
See, he need to put some sunglasses on. I cannot look at him.
Right.
And I'm dark skinned, so it hurts when we blush. You need to put some sunglasses on, son. I'm sorry to tell you. So, yeah, we got a lot for you today. I can't wait to share with you. Coming up first, you know the way we do it. The way we do it is we start with Love Speaks, and that's when we get a little deep, a little funny, a little goofy, and then we come back because we've assembled the finest minds in Atlanta to have this discussion with you. So today, Love Speaks is going to talk about the game of the game. What is that? How you set up the game is more important than the game itself. So if you're an entrepreneur, you need to be front and center and hear this and also let us know what you feel about it. So thank you so much, and we'll be right back with Love Speaks.
Hosts Trey Grizzy and Nine Ether share their perspectives on everything from social issues that affect our communities to relationships and trends that affect us all. Guaranteed to teach you something new. Word of Mine is engaging.
The only way that we can do this is do it together. So I love you.
We all love you for sharing.
Empowering.
Somebody dropped the ball somewhere because we want our kids to forget the struggles that we went through, but the struggles that we went through is what got us to where we are now.
And definitely entertaining.
You know, she probably got one of them wholesome names like Gertrude, but back in the day they called her Gertie. They called her
Dirty Gertie.
Dirty Gertie, flirty Gertie. You know what I mean?
Oh, y'all are horrible.
Yeah.
Tune in and learn up every Tuesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on IBNX Radio.
Hello, my Purple Nation. Live Life in the Purple is pleased to announce its new sponsor. We are now supported by Purple Door Creations. Purple Door Creations is an incubator for creatives. 5 brands under one roof. Purple Door Creations, making the world beautiful, one dream at a time. Today is a good day to believe in yourself.
Need to catch up on past episodes? No problem. Live Life in the Purple is on Mixcloud and now on iHeartRadio. Choose your favorite way to enjoy Live Life in the Purple because positivity, it's a movement, baby.
Electric ladies, will you sleep? Or will you preach?
It has been said that there's a time for everything under the sun. Well, right now, sit back and relax, because it's time for Love Speaks with Them Love. How you set up the game is more important than the game itself. Who likes playing games? When you were a kid growing up, what games did you play? Now, it depends on, I guess, where you live, where you grew up, how you grew up. Was it outdoor games, in the street ball maybe? Was it indoor games? You learned to play cards and stuff like that? Or was it a combination? The question though is, how did you win? Did you map out a strategy before you started the game and figured out in your mind what you were gonna do to win? Or did you learn, like a learn as you go, I'll just do it and I never think about it? See, I won games that I played because I had two younger brothers, and I just cheated them or bullied them when they weren't winning, or I just quit if it wasn't going my way. It wasn't until I played an older cousin or classmate that I had to really work hard to win. That's when I really had to think about whatever game I was playing and how I was approaching it, because I was not going to get around or over on them. They knew things I didn't. They were smarter than my kid brothers. I couldn't cheat without getting caught, so I had to think. Or what about paintball? You guys have seen paintball. I've never played that, but getting shot with paint doesn't do it for me. It looks like fun for ex-military type people, but the thing about that kind of game is you've got to win by strategy. You've got to get in there and figure out your opponent. And that's kind of like business. That really is. And so a lot of people, when they talk about businesses, they talk about it using the metaphor of a game. So that's why we're approaching this. It's also a game and it's also war, in which you have to think. About 2,500 years ago, a Chinese military strategist named Sun Tzu wrote in The Art of War, he said, strategy without tactics is the slowest route. One second. Strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. But tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. So what did he mean, and what are we talking about today? See, business is sexy. Everybody wants to say I own a business, or I'm a business owner, or I'm an entrepreneur. But that's not something to be entered into too lightly. We want to have that title, but here at Live Life in the Purple, I want you to have successful businesses and successful startups and really win at this game called businesses. I love to see how ordinary people create solutions to make life better. So if we're thinking of business as a game, then there are many ways to win that take planning and forethought, okay? A successful person or artist or business that meet their goals and expectations, they didn't get there by luck or happenstance. No one gave them anything. Don't believe social media. And don't believe that you can get famous and be on top of the game by the people you take a picture next to. This is really work. This is war. It requires tactics and strategy. So let's talk about that for a second. What's the difference? What is tactics and strategy? Are they the same? Are they different? I don't know if you ever thought about that. I really didn't. I thought they were the same word. I just use them differently. It really isn't. Strategy defines your long-term goals and how you're planning to get there. Okay, so in other words, your strategy is going to give you the path that you need to meet your end goal. Your tactics are the specific practices or how you plan to get there, your resources and all these different things. So you got strategy and tactics, and they both work together. You need both of them. Like, let's look at this example, see if you can follow what I'm saying. Because strategy is really more long-term. They work together. Let's say your strategy is to climb a mountain, right? So that's my goal. I want to climb a mountain. That's my overall reason for being out. But part of that strategy is how I'm going to do that. How am I going to climb up it? Now my tactic will be what do I need to climb up this? What gear do I need? You see the difference? So the strategy is the big thing that I need. And then the tactics are what are my day-to-day, step-by-step tools that I need to get up this mountain once I have to map it out. Once I know what side I'm going up, what else do I need with me? You see what I'm saying? So they're going to align with each other. And the other thing about it is now that you know what your end goal is, you don't change your tactic. You don't change a tactic that takes you off the route that you're headed. Okay, that takes you away from your goal. So your tactics need to stay in line. It's so subtle, but it really could make a difference. It really could make a difference in how soon you get to what you're trying to manifest. And I want that for you. There was a guy named Thomas Morton. He said, people may spend their whole life climbing the ladder of success only to find that once they reach the top, that the ladder has been leaning against the wrong building. Because they had an end goal, but they did not stay with their tactics. They were doing the wrong things to get them there. I don't want that for you. Okay? So let's talk about that for a second. Have you heard the story of what Jim Carrey did? The actor Jim Carrey, he was so poor that at one time his entire family lived in a trailer on a relative's lawn. At school, he would put on 8-hour work days at a local factory to help support his family. His childhood was so difficult that he dropped out of high school because he had to become a janitor. That was a family business. They couldn't afford him to continue. They needed his help to work. So at age 21, he took his little broke up Toyota and moved to Hollywood, trying to make a success because he was just so tired of being poor. He said one night after arriving in Hollywood, he made a critical decision that affected the course of his life, okay? A decision that would change everything and the trajectory he was headed for. He sat up in the Hollywood Hills so he could see that Hollywood sign, and he said, I just looked at LA stretched out before me. And he saw himself doing movies. He saw himself being successful. But that wasn't all he did. He also needed a physical reminder of what he was doing. So not just the mental, he could see him in his head, but he needed something physical. So he wrote himself a check. Took his little check out and wrote a check for $10 million to himself, and he dated it 10 years out, okay? And in the memo, he said, for acting services rendered. He kept that check in his wallet. Every time he had to go in his wallet, for 10 years, he was gonna see that check. He said it got to be so worn and tattered. But over the years, as he pulled that check out, he remembered his goal. But guess what? He achieved his goal, but he didn't really achieve his goal. 10 years later, he got paid $20 million to do Dumb and Dumber. Not 10 million, right on time. 10 years to the month, and he did it. So what was the key? Jim Carrey wrote himself a $10 million check, and then he set out to earn it. He won the game first, then he played it. So mentally, he saw himself winning, and then he needed the tactics to get him to his end goal that he already saw. So what I'm trying to tell you is that this thing is a combination of strategy and tactics. It's a combination of what you write down and what you see in your head. And you can do it. It's up to everybody. Everybody has that same opportunity to do it. I don't know what your thing is, but you do. You know what that thing that you just can't leave alone, that you wake up in the middle of the night and do. That's yours. And so you need to get yourself in position to stay on course to get that thing. We love you. That is what we do. Every Tuesday is mostly talk about artists and entrepreneurs and how they can win this thing called success, this game called success. So it's how you set up the game is more important than the game itself. We've got some fine minds, some artists, some authors, some performers, some the visual arts. We've got it all in the studio right now. And so I want you to hang out with us just a second, and we're going to come back and get their opinions. Thank you. I'm grateful you chose to listen to Love Speaks. This segment was developed with your and my well-being in mind. Please follow me on social media. I am MLUVWALL on Facebook, as well as Live Life in the Purple on Instagram and LLITP on Twitter. Additionally, please make sure to like IBNX Radio on all social media. Hey, remember when things get tough for you and you want to give up? No pressure, no diamonds. Happy living and peace to you.
Thank you for tuning in to the IBNXradio.com network. Stay tuned for more positive programming with M Love and Team Purple on Live Life in the Purple. Positivity. It's a movement, baby.
Thank you so much for choosing positivity today. And this is your girl M Love, and this entire team, this IBNX, this Team Purple, same different team, same team, different missions of sorts. But our job is to
Different underwear, too.
Different underwear. Thank you, Marilyn. I would not have gotten through without that statement. Our job is to is to bring you things like what we just talked about. That's what this show, every show has its own culture, and I really love entrepreneurialism. I love the idea that somebody is going to support themselves and their families and their dreams off of something that they woke up with or they grew up with that was always in their mind. That's sexy to me. That's like, yeah, I love it. So we've got everyone in this room is an entrepreneur. Everyone in this building is an entrepreneur. That's crazy. So y'all, let's get some of this wisdom. Only one. What say you about how you set the game up, strategy, tactics, and how are you on that?
I love what you said through the whole Love Speaks, and you got people tuning in from Turkey, so I had to put that out there.
Thank you very much.
You got Turkey listening, so shout out to Turkey. But what you were saying about preparation, that's just like anything that you do in life. It's like if you're going into a marathon, don't you have to prep for that marathon? Don't you have to exercise and, get yourself ready? That's the same thing with anything, especially with success. You have to set yourself up to get to that point of, like Jim Carrey said, he seen it in his mind. He wrote that check, knew he was going to get it, but he set himself up. That's all you're doing. Like, there's been some times where, let's say, something small to where, I don't know, I can't think off the top of my head right now, but it'll be something I would thank myself for later because I set myself up. Like, I may get a money order and put it to the side, and I mean, I need gas money, and I'm like, I got that money order. I set myself up, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. Think about yourself in the future. Think about your future self, and your future self will be able to thank your past.
Because I guarantee you talk to anyone that is successful, that is going to be honest with you, they had to kind of tunnel vision life if they were going to meet their goal.
Yeah.
You just cannot do everything, because at the end of it, you find there's nothing of you left.
And that's what Richard Kendall told me. He was like, focus on one thing. Because I was like, I'm doing videos, He was like, focus on one thing and perfect that.
That's right.
You
can't
everything
lose.
else. And then get the people around you. Like, if you need a videographer, instead of you stepping into it, find somebody around you that could do that, that's focusing, that's keying in on that, so everybody is focused in on one certain thing that they're supposed to be doing. Know your role and play your role.
I love it. Marilyn.
I like the fact that he wrote the check for 10 years, because $10 million doesn't come out just by itself. We have to use tactical strategies to get places and not have expectations to just get things that we're not really ready for. So I appreciate entrepreneurialism, but I like what you said is that we all need to also be successful business people, and it's great to have the ideas. It's work and action and tactics and strategies to actually make things happen and be successful.
Yep.
And time.
And time. Thank you so much. Our very first guest, Mr. Ink Rich.
Yes,
Step up to the mic.
Well, my opinion on it is being an entrepreneur is definitely not easy. We all have to take some sacrifices in order to make a gain. But in Jim Carrey's
this is Robbie Williams, educator and social activist. You're listening
to make $10 million in 10 years. I believe that was a mental manifestation. And when you become stronger in your mind and be able to see yourself doing something, you can definitely create that. So it became a manifestation to his real life. The mind, I come to learn that the mind doesn't know the difference between fact or fiction. So whatever you create is what you're going to receive in your real life.
That's true. If you tell yourself, I am sick, then
you will be sick.
You'll be sick. Right?
So you gotta stay strong. You want to have a strong mind. You create a strong body and a strong life, and a strong path for yourself.
I like that. I like that. Miss Diva Camila, step up to the mic, and what say you?
Yeah, I want to add something to that as well. You also have to know your passion. You have to know what your purpose is, because sometimes we're steady trying to climb the entrepreneurial ladder, and we're not even passionate about what we're doing. You know, we may have a beautiful singing voice, but actually, you don't really like to sing. That's not your passion. So you have to know what it is that moves you. You might be a good writer, but you never write because people tell you, oh, you sing so well, you know. So you have to know your passion and your purpose, and that will give you the strategy that you need to succeed.
And I think we all agree that there's nothing mysterious about it. It's not going to be an accident, you know, that you luck up on.
Right.
Jay-Z and Beyonce, and they say, you know what, you're the best body painter ever. You know what I'm saying? The chances are you'll work your way up there. You will meet people. You will, you know what I'm saying? Yes. That climb that ladder based on the tactics that you've placed ahead of you.
I think that's why people say to enjoy the journey, because we have to take the journey. Yes. And if you're going to depend on just the results, then you're going to be disappointed. And it's such a long way to get there. Figure out how to enjoy what you're doing while you're on your way.
Yes, for sure. I agree.
Are we ready to move on, or do I got time to?
Okay. I think we're getting ready right now to go ahead and work our way into the next segment, which is our own Rodney Williams. He does History Speaks, and with
J-Boy,
with much respect and appreciation to our wonderful engineer, we're gonna,
here we go.
We're gonna work our way on to Rodney Williams and History Speaks. Thank you for joining us with Live Life in the Purple on the IBNX Radio Network.com.
This is Rodney Williams, educator and social activist. You're listening to Live Life in the Purple on the IBNXradio.com network. Positivity. It's a movement, baby. Greetings. This is Rodney Williams, educator, social activist. I'm one of the original members of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense out of Oakland, California. Welcome to my segment, History Speaks. If a race has no history, it has no worthwhile traditions. It stands in danger of being exterminated. That's Carter G. Woodson. We can begin this segment, History Speaks, with shout-outs of happy birthday to several notable African Americans. We remember them. Happy birthday. Jamaican-born singer-songwriter. He became an international musical and cultural icon. Happy birthday to Robert Nesta. Bob Marley, American singer-songwriter, voice and voice actress, and then daughter of Nat King Cole. Happy birthday, Natalie Marie Cole. Late 19th century, early 20th century American composer, lyricist, and pianist, best known for his early 20th century ragtime and jazz music, James Hubert. U.B. Blake. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, American comedian, actor, director, producer, actor, writer, Christopher Julius, Chris Rock. Happy birthday. The first African-American pitcher to pitch and win a World Series opening game, the 1952 World Series, that's the Brooklyn Dodgers against the New York Yankees, Joseph Black was born. American aviator, the father of black aviation, recruited by the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama. He developed the pilot training program for World War II's Tuskegee Airmen. Charles A. Chief Anderson Sr., happy birthday. National Book Award and Pulitzer Prize for Fiction winner, American novelist, short story writer, poet, and activist, Alice Walker, happy birthday. She rose to fame in the 1950s and 60s, one of the first African Americans to become a leading artist at the Metropolitan Opera. American soprano, Mary Violet, Leontine Price, happy birthday. This guy, he holds over 250 foreign and United States patents for the production and design of microphones. These polymer foil electrodes. Nearly 90% of more than 2 billion microphones produced annually are based on his design. They're used in everyday items, telephones, hearing aids, baby monitors, audio recording devices. James E.M. West, happy birthday. Best known for her #1 singles, you remember, First Time I Ever Held Your Hand and Killing Me Softly. American singer-songwriter, pianist, musician, Roberta Cleopatra Flack, happy birthday. Moving on, some notable achievements. Robert Bob Douglas, founder of the New York Renaissance basketball team, became the first African-American elected as an inductee into the NBA's Hall of Fame. Also during this time, Black History Month, first created by Carter G. Woodson as Negro History Week, was first observed. American inventor Willis Johnson, he was awarded a patent for an improved mechanical egg beater, that whisk attachment used in today's cake mixing, batter mixing machines. African-American inventor, you remember Lewis Latimer of light bulb filament fame? He co-patented. They call it the water closet for railroad cars and coaches. If you've ever ridden on a train or even flown in an airplane, there you go. Television's first African-American family sitcom developed by Norman Lear, Good Times, first aired on CBS TV, and it ran February '74 until August of 1979. Considered the best African-American figure skater in history, she simultaneously studied for medicine and an exam while she was attending Stanford and trained for the Olympics at the same time. American figure skater Debbie Thomas, she became the first African-American to win the women's singles of the National Figure Skating Championship there in 1986. Former NASA astronaut Bernard Harris Jr. became the first African-American to, quote, perform an extravehicular activity, unquote, walk in space during the second of 2 space shuttle flights. This segment concludes marking the passing of the first African-American selected to the United States Davis Cup team, the only black man to ever win the singles at Wimbledon, the U.S. Open, and Australia Open. Professional tennis player Arthur Ashe passed away, aged 49. First African-American woman licensed as an architect in America. Her designs include the Fox Plaza there in San Francisco and the United States Embassy in Tokyo, Japan. The Rosa Parks of architecture. Pioneering architect Norma Merrick Skolaric, she passed away aged 85. One of the first African-Americans to establish an international reputation, he wrote the first all-African-American musical in Dahomey. American poet, novelist, and playwright Paul Laurence Dunbar. And finally, author of the autobiography of Malcolm X and Roots, an American Family, American writer-author Alex Haley passed away, aged 70. Thank you for listening to History Speaks. We're certain that you found this information valuable. You can find me on social media at Rodney Williams on Facebook. And please keep listening each week as we bring you more facts about our history. Remember, if you don't know where you came from, you aren't going to know where you're going. This is Rodney Williams, educator and social activist. You're listening to Live Life in the Purple on the IBNXradio.com network. Positivity. It's a movement, baby.
Hi, this is Happy Rico, and you're listening to M Love and Live Life in the Purple. Positivity. It's a movement, baby.
What's up? What's up? I can't help but laugh when I'm here on Tuesdays. And true fact, no matter what goes on in my life, I get it together Tuesday, 1:59, right? This show makes me happy.
Yeah, this show does make you happy. I don't know if I can agree that you got it together, though.
I
Just
know.
saying.
I got the giggles. Okay, so what we're doing now, we have these two fantastic guests in the house. You're getting ready to hear from the second time from Mr. Ink Rich. He's a celebrity body painter, and we're going to learn about him. But one of the ways we're going to learn how he thinks. Can he think on his feet? Ooh, is what's contained in this packet. So this is Speak On It. So I need you to go in there and pull something out.
Anything? Okay, let me see.
Anything. And read it exactly what it says. They're all in there too. There you go. Yep,
You
that's
put
all
Miney
yours.
and Mo in there too?
No.
Oh.
All right, it says speak.
Step up to the mic a little for.
It says speak on it. Not everybody deserves to know the real you. Let them criticize who they think you are.
Speak on it.
Well, that is very interesting because I go through that a lot, and it seems that with me, I don't really worry about the criticism because I know who I am, and a lot of people they criticize because they don't understand. Me, I try to push the best I can out of myself. With the whole body paint thing, it was a manifestation as well. I saw myself being the best at doing it, and I knew I was a great artist, and I knew I can do it. Thought it was going to be pretty easy. Anything I put my mind to is pretty much easy as long as I have a great focus on it. So I just went ahead and did it and manifested it, and then now I'm blowing up.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I just something told me, like, I believe it was God, but something told me that I knew it was going to happen. So I just felt it.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. So, ladies, you hear how calm and just how well prepared he was for something that he wasn't prepared for. Okay? So you know he's got a steady mind. Is his hand steady when he painting on the body? I think so too.
Definitely.
Okay.
Because yeah. Oh, you have?
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I showed it to her.
But I take passion in my art. When I was younger, I thought it was like a little hobby. I started off drawing Dragon Ball Z, and because it was one of my favorite shows, me and my nephew used to watch it all the time. But I just thought that I never would take it this far, you know.
Wow.
But I just had to realize that I was blessed with the gift, so I might as well go ahead and keep creating with it.
I like that. Inspiration for young people too. Who shall be my next victim? Marilyn?
Oh, I'm always speaking on everything, so whatever.
Speak on it.
Speak on
Swagger
it.
in.
All the trees are losing their leaves, and not one of them is worried. Well, that's appropriate because nature knows what they're doing. And if we try to watch nature work, we won't see a thing because it happens so slowly that you might see a leaf drop, but it drops slowly and it has a wonderful little pattern of falling to the ground. I believe that nature should teach all of us how to do things, and that is, don't look for instant results, don't look for instant gratification, but enjoy the moments, enjoy the journey, and then look back, and after some time you'll be able to see what you've manifested.
Yeah, I agree with that. And we got that in an object lesson, shameless. We got to see Deepak Chopra last night, up close and personal. Once in a lifetime for me, at this point. It was amazing, and he brought me for the first time, I think, to the moment.
Yeah, it was amazing.
To the moment.
It was a
Because
life-changing
we're always somewhere
experience.
else, but he brought you right there, so it was beautiful, and it was apropos that you pulled that. All right, I thought she thinks she's going to get away, but go on in there, Camila. To God, speak on it.
If I must.
Shout out to
It won't come out.
Shout out to Sheila Gatlin for the gift
And
of,
Alan, yes.
and Alan for gifting us with being able to go to Deepak Chopra. Go ahead, Kavila.
All righty. Speak on it. Two things prevent us from happiness: living in the past and observing others. Wow. That's very true. Because that's what we do. We live in the past. We are so worried about what we did wrong, our mistakes, and how we grew up, and we wish it was different. No,
Yeah, you're right.
it is what it is. And so we need to learn how, just what you just said, we need to live in the now. We not be anxious about the future, not be worried about that's it, right?
The watch
not
says
be worried
now.
about the past, but just live in the now.
Yep.
And also not worry about what others have. What is for you is for you.
And that's why I said that about on the Love Speaks. Don't follow social media. It is entertainment. It is not reality.
Yes.
And the more money you have, the more beautiful, wonderful you can make your reality look. Okay? But it is not, it only exists in that moment. And it is a facade. And so here you are trying to live up to something you saw that is completely contrived.
Yes.
And you're going to wreck your life. So, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Just
Just
be
know who
yourself.
you are and be who you are. And people will see the greatness in you. They'll see the beauty in you.
Right.
It will shine. It will shine through.
Mhm.
So
I feel like I'm getting a fortune cookie.
Yeah.
No, I had one. I had one right before I came here too.
Only one.
Yeah. It said, "Stay focused and stay on the right path."
Oh.
And then he came to the purple.
And it came to the purple.
All right, speak on it. It helps if you remember that everyone is doing their best from their level of consciousness.
It helps, not while you're driving though, not while you're in traffic when somebody does something goofy. That's a deep one.
that is very deep.
Yeah, it's like I was telling somebody, when I drive, I don't even have the radio on. It's because I have to focus. It's so much going on that you be thinking about that even with the radio could throw you off from, not even paying attention to the road, just things you could be getting done, putting list in your head. So it is about level of consciousness. You have to be aware and, like she said, in the present moment as well.
And I can only expect. I think what they're trying to do is help us with disappointing people disappointing us because they're just not there. People don't. You know how many people are walking around not conscious, not present?
Yeah.
Many.
And they're gonna work with you. They're gonna be related to you. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying, come into contact with you, and they are operating from some other place other than the now, and they come out their face at you a certain way. So it's like, just remember, you may be okay, but they may not be. Marilyn, we gotta go. All right. Does Jay have time? But get him another time. Jay,
Yeah, we have time. Jay, go ahead.
want to hear from you.
Spotlight.
This is our wonderful musician, Jay Mazur, who's in town, and we've got him in the corner, but we want to put him in the spotlight.
Come on the mic.
You got to come to the mic, Jay.
Speak to the mic.
Speak on it. Everyone is trying to find the right person, but nobody is trying to be the right person. That's facts.
That is true.
With that being said, I mean, that hits the nail on the head. Everyone wants the right person, but don't want to be the right person. That's like, for examples, there's certain, a dude or a female, they want to, for example, a guy want a perfect girl. He want a girl who don't cheat, who don't do this, who don't do that, but at the same time, he still want to do his thing on the side. So it don't make no sense. So you can't act for something good if you're not willing to give that out to anyone in return.
Exactly.
That's being selfish.
Exactly.
And you can't have your cake and eat it too.
There you go.
Stop being greedy.
I
Give to the
appreciate
needy.
that. Didn't I tell you we have the finest minds? If this is your first time to Live Life in the Purple, welcome, first of all, and thank you. And this is a good example of the type of energies that we attract here. Just brilliant people and from all over, all the way from Miami, that are just giving us so much wonderful energy today. And it's not over yet. There's a baritone. I think it's the deepest voice in the house, and he's got something to say. So we got that coming up next. Only One Speaks.
Hi, this is Aaliyah. I listen to Live Life in the Purple with M Love and Team Purple on IBNX Radio Network. Positivity. It's a movement, baby.
Hey, thank y'all for tuning in to Live Life in the Purple. We have Team Purple in this here. You're now listening to the new segment called Only One Speaks. Today we're doing a tribute to the rapper Nas. New York native and hip hop artist Nas has begun receiving a lot of love for his work. His hometown honored him with a mural in the local restaurant dish named Queen's Matic. And if anybody's familiar with Nas' legacy, he did release that album in 1994, which is called Illmatic, for all the fans of hip hop. Local artists put the finishing touches on a piece dedicated to Nas earlier this week. The mural is on 21st Street and 40th Avenue, which was created by local artists in his neighborhood. Artists hope that this mural showcase someone successful in the community and will inspire others in the neighborhood to be just like him or even better. One artist that helped paint the mural quoted by saying, Nas has always been about Queens and Queensbridge, and we pay homage and tribute to him every day. We definitely want to speak out as a community as well on all the things that Nas has done. In the statement by Universal Records exec Mr. Anthony, which stated, Nas personifies New York, a storyteller of urban life, straight out of Queensbridge. He is a rapper, a producer, a poet, philanthropist, and an entrepreneur. The latest and largest honor came just this week when PBS aired a special February 2nd. The National Symphony Orchestra performed the music of Nas. Yes, a hip-hop artist all the way from Queensbridge, New York, did something on PBS with the National Symphony Orchestra. Nas seemed very humbled by the honor. He also described what it felt like to record the album Illmatic in the projects of New York City and then be on the stage performing it with the National Symphony Orchestra 20 years later. Could you imagine recording a project in the projects and being on stage 20 years later with the orchestra? That is amazing. And he quoted saying, there's a lot of musicians, artists, singers that are good but will never make this stage to see this. So when you on this type of stage and when you make it happen, you got to say, I'm doing this for everybody that didn't make it here. So salute to Nas and every artist out there struggling to get where he is. Keep working, stay true to yourself and the craft, and you will get your turn to the world to see who you are. And right now, we're going to pay tribute to Nas with one of my personal favorite songs, Nas featuring Lauryn Hill, If I Rule the World.
Harassing. Imagine going to court with no trial. Lifestyle cruising blue Bahama waters. No welfare supporters. More conscious of the way we raise our daughters. Days are shorter, nights are colder. Feeling like life is over. These snakes strike like a cobra. The world's hot, my son got knocked. Evidently, it's elementary. They want us all gone eventually. Trooping out of state for a plate. Knowledge. If coke was cooked without the garbage, we'd all have the top dollars. Imagine everybody flashing, fashion, designer clothes, lacing your click up with diamond rolls. Your people's holding dough, no parole, no rubbers. Going raw, imagine law with no undercovers. Just some thoughts for the mind. I take a glimpse into time, watch the blimp read, the world is mine. If I rule the world, imagine that. I free all my sons. I love them, baby. Black diamonds and pearls. Could it be, if you could be mine, we both shine. If I rule the world, still living for today. In these last days until it'll be paradise life relaxing. Black, Latino, and Anglo-Saxon. Amani exchange the range. Cash, lost tribe and Shabazz. Free at last, brand new whips to crash. Then we laugh in the illa path. The villa houses for the crew, how we do. Trees for breakfast. Dime sexes and bench stretches. So many years of depression make me vision the better living. Type of place to raise kids in. Opening eyes to the lies. History's told foul, but I'm as wise as the old owl. Plus the gold child, seeing things like I was controlling. Click rolling. Tricking 6 digits on kicks and still holding. Trips to Paris, I civilize every savage. Give me one shot, I turn tripe life to lavish. Political prisoner, set free, stress free. No work release, purple and threes and jet skis. Feel the wind breeze in West Indies. I lick Coretta Scott King, mayor of the cities, and reverse things to Willies. It sound foul, but every girl I meet to go downtown. I'd open every cell in Attica, send them to Africa. Imagine that. I free all my sons. I love them, baby. Black diamonds and pearls. Could it be, if you could be mine, we both shine. If I rule the world, still living for today. In these last days of time. We'll walk right up to the sun, hand in hand. We'll walk right up to the sun. We won't land. We'll walk right up to the sun, hand in hand. We'll walk right up to the sun. We won't land. You love to hear the story, how the thugs live in worry. Duck down in car seats, heat's mandatory. Running from Jake, getting chased, hunger for papes. These are the breaks, many mistakes go down out of state. Wait, I had to let it marinate. We carry weight, trying to get laced. Flip the A stack and safe. Millionaire plan to keep the gap with the cocked hammer. Making moves in Atlanta, back and forth scrambler. Cause you can have all the chips, be poor or rich, still nobody want a brother having If I ruled the world and everything in it, sky's the limit. I push the Q45 Infinite. It wouldn't be no such thing as jealousies or beef felony. Strictly living longevity to the destiny I thought I'd never see, but reality struck. Better find out before your time's out. What the
If I rule the world,
imagine that.
I free all my sons. I love them, baby. Black diamonds and pearls.
Could it be if you could be mine, we both shine?
If I rule the world,
still living for today in these last days and times.
If I rule the world, if I rule the world, I free all my sons. I love them, baby. Black diamonds and pearls. If I rule the world, if I rule the world,
imagine that.
I free all my sons. If I rule, baby, black diamonds and pearls.
Could it be if you could be mine, we both shine?
If I rule the world,
still living for today in these last days and times.
if I rule the world, if I rule, I free all my sons. I love them, baby. Black diamonds and pearls. If I rule the world, if I rule the world, I love them, baby.
Hi, this is your girl Camila. I am hanging with M Love and Team Purple on Live Life in the Purple on the IBNXradio.com network. Positivity, it's a movement, baby.
Hey y'all, we have arrived to the top of the hour, and we are so happy that you have stayed with us and stay here for more. Coming up, we have positive news from around the world hosted by Swagger M, aka Marilyn Pierce. Also celebrity body painter, Ink Rich, and spoken word artist Camila Montgomery. And we also have a very special guest in the house, Jay Mazur, with a special interview coming up with him here on Live Life in the Purple on the IBNXradio.com network.
What's up, world? It's your girl, M Love, host of Live Life in the Purple, this fabulous energy that comes to you every Tuesday from 2 to 4 on the IBNXradio.com network. Let me tell you who's in the room. To my left.
Hi, this is Marilyn Pierce, and I am the host of the segment Authors Speak, where we learn about authors and their journeys to entrepreneurism. And to my left, I have...
Hey, hello? Is this on? What's up, man? This your boy, Only One Tippy, associate producer with Live Life in the Purple, every Tuesday from 2 to 4. And to my left, we have...
Rebel Queen, a.k.a. Ty Davis, host of Hope Speaks. My show is all about inspiration, baby. I'm on Team Purple, living life in the purple.
And we do this every week because...
Positivity is a movement, baby.
Hey, this is Melissa Carter, author, speaker, and Atlanta radio personality, and you are listening to M Love on the Live Life in the Purple show on the IBNX radio network. Positivity, it's a movement, baby.
Welcome to Positive News, a place to hear the news that brings a smile, focuses on accomplishments, and sheds light on positivity in our world.
Hello and welcome to Positive News this afternoon. We are so glad you're still here with us. Lots of fun stuff coming up. But for now, let's talk about some fun stuff. First of all, if you had the opportunity to exercise for free and get a fitness test, would you do it? Would you go out there and do it? What if somebody said, all you have to do is leave your car home for the day? This is a story about the capital city of Rwanda, which bans cars for 1 day every month. So people walk, cycle, and exercise instead. Kigali is one of Africa's cleanest cities, and it's already has a ban on plastic bags and a mandatory community cleanup day once a month. I wonder who shows up for that. The government launched the Car-Free Day in 2016 to cut emissions and reduce pollution. And buses are also a part of the ban, so you have to figure out another way to work. The public gets free exercise activity on the Car-Free Day. They have appointed people to lead exercise activities on these days in public parks around the city, and those who participate have access to free health checks for attending these classes. So way to go.
All right.
Way to be positive and healthy. We had another really interesting story of positivity today, and Love found this one. Do you want to do it, or you want me to do it?
No, I cannot pronounce their names. So you
Okay,
go
all
ahead.
right. So I get to do it. This is so cool. She's very excited about it, and it has to do with entrepreneurism and solving problems. So this is a couple that created edible cutlery. So presently, they make 3 types of spoons, which are labeled sweet, savory, and plain. All their spoons are durable in hot or cold liquids, and they don't dissolve, fall apart, or crack, but they're totally edible. Edible cutlery. It was invented by Narayana Pisapati and Prajna Keskar. That's what you wanted me to do. You wanted me to mess up those those names. Do you want to read the rest of them? Okay. We're excited about this one because this is a couple who had a really brilliant idea of how to minimize plastic in the world, and they came up with edible cutlery. The plastic spoons, they say, are full of toxins, but our edible spoons are full of nutrition. The main ingredient is millet, which is a water-conserving crop, and they hope to produce each for just 2 cents and eventually at a price that's just as cheap as plastic. And in the future, their hope is that no one will want to use plastic again. Developing edible cutlery means that the couple had to overcome many obstacles, and this included selling their only asset, which was their home. They're absolutely convinced that this is a product that's going to work, and hence they took the risk, and it was worth it. Both of them believe if you want to change, don't say, hey, I want to change. Instead, go ahead and be the change. Prajna said, we know we can create a plastic-free world. Tell me, Em, why is this so exciting to you more than ever?
Because, as I said, I love entrepreneurship. I like to know that somebody had an idea pop in their head and they conceived of it and then created it, manifested it, and made money off of it. I absolutely love that because we are all creative people. And the fact this story shows, number one, that there are people who can figure out a better way of doing things. That's what entrepreneurialism is, finding a problem and solving it. And they solved it with edible cutlery. So, it cut down on the plastics. And also I thought that it was admirable the way they sold their house. They believed in it with their idea. And so in India, I mean, it's not like here in America. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different concept of house. That's where that's your place forever, as long as your family exists. And they sold that because they believed in that dream. And I think I just love the spirit of it.
I love the spirit of it too. I think that it's interesting and important for us to live our lives without regret. And if I look at the end of my life and knew that I had an idea and I didn't act on it because I wanted to be sure I kept my house, then I think that at the end I'd die in a house with regret.
Yeah,
So I think it's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I like that.
I like it too. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. And this is a new way for us to do positive news. We usually record it ahead of time, but we wanted to make it more interactive and exciting. So thank you for joining us for Positive News. We appreciate it. Stay tuned, and there's more with Live Life in the Purple coming up.
We hope that you enjoyed Positive News and that the stories put a smile on your face. We here at Live Life in the Purple encourage you to be inspired to create your own positive news in the world. Positivity, it's a movement, baby. Thank you for tuning in to the IBNXradio.com network. Stay tuned for more positive programming with M Love and Team Purple on Live Life in the Purple. Positivity. It's a movement, baby.
What's up? What's up? Thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate the show. I just love it so much. Everything is going so well. You know, we have things that pop up, but we keep moving, and I love that. So we've got more for you. You know, of course, this is Black History Month, and a lot of people go back and forth with that. Why we have to specifically say month? You know, all of that. And as you know, if you're a regular listener to the show, if your first time tuning in, it's Black History every Tuesday here on Live Life in the Purple because of Rodney Williams does, you know, History Speaks.
We're
Keep it
very
up.
glad to have him contribute. He's such a remarkable person and such a giving soul, and he's got so much interesting information.
He does.
I love doing that. I love
He does.
producing it.
So I love taking advantage of that. So, but, you know, I wanted to do something a little more because, as I said, I love entrepreneurship, and a lot of people don't know how we get the things that we have. Do you ever think about who invented some of the things around you? We don't think about it, do we? And so whenever there's an opportunity for me, I like to find out about and highlight Black invention. So I got a couple for you. Now, if you want to thank someone for the heads up that your bill collector is calling you, or that was that crazy ex, or that crazy somebody that you met and you didn't realize it was crazy and you gave me your real number.
Speak on it.
So if you want to thank somebody for the phone's ability to do that, you need to thank Miss Shirley Ann Jackson. Miss Shirley Ann Jackson invented call waiting, caller ID, and the touch tone phone. The sister is heavy. Okay, she is an American physicist. She received her PhD from Massachusetts, head of Massachusetts Institution of Technology, or MIT. Okay, she was the first African American woman to earn a doctorate at MIT in nuclear physics. Currently, still alive. Currently, she's the 18th president of Rensselaer Polytech Institute in Troy, New York. Don't quote me on that. Rensselaer, yeah. Anyway, moving right along. It's Polytechnic Institute in New York. She is still there. All the achievements she's had, all the academic achievement, there's so many things. She created so many things, but she also created, she was in on the fiber optic cable being created, and you know that's how we do a lot of things, even underwater, stuff like that. This woman sits on the board of directors of many institutions, including the New York Stock Exchange. She is the chair of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board. Okay, she's a chairperson for that. She was for Obama, and she's still there as of January 2018 for Trump. She's still there. In 1995, Bill Clinton appointed her to serve as the chairman of the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Okay, so yeah, she was the first woman and the first African American woman to hold that position. This is what really got me interested, y'all. In 2011, her salary as a university president was $1.75 million. That's not counting the $1.3 million she earned in salary sitting on all the boards of all these corporations that she serves on. That's money too. Yeah. She has an amazing over 4,000 square foot home they built on the property out there at that college for her. And they've given her they just signed her on for another 10-year tenure. Okay? So sister did good.
Heavy hitter.
Heavy hitter. So I appreciate that, Miss Shirley Ann Jackson. Shout out to you. Also, another one going back in the day, this was close to me, it's medical. Daniel Hale Williams successfully performed the first open heart operation before the invention of penicillin, antibiotics, or x-rays. He received his medical degree from Chicago Medical College in 1883. He was upset that black people were not allowed treatment in most hospitals, so he opened his own hospital. Provident Hospital opened up in Chicago, Illinois. Provident Hospital accepted doctors and patients of all colors. When a man named James Cornish, a black man, came into the hospital with a stab wound to the chest, Dr. Williams concluded after observation that he had an internal bleeding. Remember, they didn't have x-rays. He did that, and using a new sterile technique, he was able to avoid internal infection, and Mr. Cornish, his patient, lived for another 20 years. So I saw those two facts and I had to follow them up because that just meant so much to me. So although Black History Month, you know, it's anytime you want to learn, you should do that. And I think it, you know, it's good for everyone to know that. So I appreciate your kind attention to that, and spread the word, look it up, keep the conversation going every day. But we've got some amazing people that took time out of their busy schedules to come up and hang out with Team Purple. And I want to introduce you to one. You've heard his voice a couple of times, Mr. Ink Rich. I like anybody with Rich on their name.
Yeah, of course.
What's up? Step up to the mic. Get that bass in your tone. That man named Rich.
And I chose the name Rich because, you know, Rich is royalty, you know, and I believe I'm royalty.
Okay.
Well, we actually are.
We all are.
We all are. Yeah, you are. I
I'm just
love
expressing it more.
Now, may I ask a little bit about you?
Of course.
Okay. Are you Atlanta native or?
Yes, I'm an original ATLian.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think. Okay. What part of town?
Well, I'm over there. Well, I was raised in Fulton County.
Okay.
Yeah, my family moved from the west side when I was a baby, so I was raised in Fulton County, like Union City, Fairburn area.
See, now you just lost your street creds. You was west side, and then you went to. They took you to the suburbs. Did you lose your creds?
Hey, I was still in school when I was a kid. I wasn't paying the bills, so I had to go where the family going. I had no choice.
Awesome. So you're a body tattoo artist. Can you please? You were my first person. You came out here. We had an open house event. We had an event where we had people guest in, and you came, and you have a unique occupation in that you paint walking billboards. Tell us about that.
Well, yes, I am a body painter. So I choose either. I really don't discriminate, you know, especially when someone's painting. But either women, guys. I'm trying to get into more murals and bigger pieces that I can, you know, get a higher amount for the things I do. But yes, I do paint bodies. I've had a couple fashion shows as well. I do photo shoots, video shoots for a lot of celebrities at times. So it's pretty decent. I like the fact that I can be creative with different art techniques that I'm putting out there. I also do henna as well, so I do incorporate that.
I was gonna mention that. Yeah. Can you tell us that's very intricate? When I met you, you were finishing.
Yeah,
you working on the
for
henna?
Molly for Soul Official Studios.
Soul Official Studios. Tell me about the henna. What is that?
So a henna is traditional pieces, and mainly for weddings or for symbolize marriage. And you get those on your hand just to show that you're being married. But a lot of people don't really get married these days. Well, for the younger generation, those are the really ones that are turned up to it. So I usually do those. Those are pretty cool. They last about 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can either. Sometimes I usually make my own henna, or I just maybe order from online. But I usually like to make it because I know what is going into the ingredients, so it won't make someone break out or have any kind of allergic reaction.
See, I never thought about that.
Yeah, sometimes it gets kind of technical.
But that's only with the henna you can do that. What about the color that you put on people's body? Can you get safe pigments?
Yes, I only use like a high performance paint. Some people, you know, you can go to Walmart and get the acrylic paint, but I choose to pay for high quality, so my customers can get the best quality as well.
Okay. Now, here's the way elephant in the room.
Are you hiring when you
No.
women, bro? I'm looking for
Yo, I get that
job.
question. I get
Okay,
that question
the joke
every
we're laughing
day.
at, guys. The joke we're laughing at is he does body painting on your body. So that means that I get a T-shirt and nice jeans that I want and shoes and stand there and you paint on my body. You'll paint.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
You can paint the clothing on my
Most
body.
models or entertainers, they usually prefer. I prefer to have some of the areas covered up because it looks more professional and it looks better on my work. I don't like to just have anyone in the nude. Some people
It
do
looks
that.
like they're in the nude.
Yeah, some people are nude, but me personally.
He gave you a foot soap in there.
But me personally, I like to use preferably maybe if you have a thong, that'd be cool, or panties if someone prefers that, or some small shorts. Definitely pasties because you can either have a shirt too, but most models prefer to have their top off. So I say, well, I definitely need something covered up, so I prefer you get pasties to cover.
Really?
Yeah.
Every man in the room just went, Bruh.
Oh.
You killed the
Can we get
dream.
wah, wah, wah.
But you got to think about it in a further, in a wider range, you know, with different clients. I'm trying to expand my business to like working for Coca-Cola, doing pieces for them, or maybe for the NFL. I did Eddie Drummond invited me out to do body painting at his NFL Super Bowl party. So it was a lot of
That's really
players
cool.
there. Yeah.
So people let you paint on their body there. Like,
Yeah. I was doing live painting.
wow.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
Do you take big girls?
Yeah, I take anyone.
He didn't even blink. I was testing him. I threw that out there. What why that medium? Why what took it beyond the canvas, or how did you start? Let's start there. How did you start?
Well, I'm a tattoo artist as well.
Oh, okay.
So I've been on and off with tattoos and other things as well. But been doing tattoos 4 years, and just within the 4 years, I made good money, made a lot of networks, did a lot of pieces, but it seemed like it wasn't getting it there for me. It seems like it's a lot of competition with tattoo artists, especially in Atlanta, and Black Ink Atlanta has came here now, so it's a lot of
On the
competition.
television show?
Yeah, Black Ink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was actually with them last Saturday, so we were in the city ATL, the club. I was doing live body painting there, so we were in a section together. So they're pretty cool. But tattoos just wasn't getting it quick enough for me. I'm kind of impatient at times.
When you say getting it, what are you money? Because you're getting paid. So
Yeah.
What did you want?
Maybe just maybe just like maybe a bigger name, more money, just not really the fame. I don't really care too much about the fame, but I just want like better clientele. And with tattoos, sometimes people want to pay the money, sometimes they don't want to pay the money. But it's just a lot of it's just a lot of competition with tattoos. There's a lot of tattoo artists out there.
I like the way, if no one else has anything, I like the way you're thinking about your craft, just like we're talking about strategy. You realize that you're in a heavy, competitive business. But so what you have to do then, who was it, Tim Ferriss that said, go higher. If you in anything you're in, if you want to go mid-level, it's crowded. Mid-level, low, definitely, it's crowded. So if you want to distance yourself and to raise your worth, then you go up where the air is thinner. Few people will get there.
Exactly.
And so you're king. So you raised your level of skill and went to another area. So how's the competition with body painting here?
In Atlanta, it's really two other people doing it. One of them is a good friend of mine, Milk Tattoos. He does body painting as well. He's a pretty cool guy. We did a fashion show together at Ice Bar, Atlanta. So that was a pretty good turnout. The other guy, I really haven't really got a chance to talk to him or meet him. I heard about him, but it's not much competition at all.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
So I do have a question for you. As far as being an artist, how do you feel about when you're always gonna have that side of people that's giving you backlash as far as graffiti's not art, and we all know it is tattoos. Why you doing this to your body? What do you have to say to those people that don't see the artistry within the art of what you're doing?
Well, I would say to them, just to each his own. But when someone gives me negative criticism, I love it. I appreciate that. It motivates me to go even harder in what I'm doing. So I thank them. I just look at them and smile, or they comment on my stuff like, thank you so much, because obviously I'm doing something right. Because maybe you have a problem with it, everyone else loves it. But if you have a problem with it, that just motivates me to go even harder.
What did you have to do license wise? Is it the same as a tattoo, just changing medium?
Definitely not. With tattoos, you have to go through so much certificates, and especially being in the shop, you got to make sure everything is set up A1. If not, you will get shut down. Yeah, I was working in a tattoo shop on a little 5 points called Almacy Inc. So it was when they come out there, it's very tedious to how they want everything in your shop. With body paint, it's definitely easier. You don't have to worry about. I definitely do the business license just to return your business, so no one try to steal anything from you. But all you need is a paintbrush and some paint.
All right, enterprising. We love it. Ink Rich, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me at InkRichA1 on Instagram. That is again InkRichA1 on Instagram. I don't do too much social media. I feel like, Instagram is enough.
Yeah.
But I'm more of a direct word of mouth, just,
Right.
In your face type
What,
of person.
what does a session cost? Like
Well, right now, I'm starting.
you don't have to tell your prices, but I know that I don't want to. Can you do that?
Oh yeah, that's no
okay.
problem. Well, yeah, right now I'm doing 150 deals for right now for Valentine's, but after that it's going to go back up at 200.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
So ladies,
with that you get either a video shoot or photo shoot. You get all your materials as well.
what about group? Does it if 3 girlfriends want to come together? Friends, is it a group discount or is it 150?
Definitely I do
Okay.
different discounts. Definitely.
So ladies, y'all better pull your money together, and
Do we have a Live Life in the Purple promo code?
Wow, that's a good
Get
idea.
1% off. Yeah.
Come on, M Love, we ready? We
that's Ink Rich. If you hear the show today and you wanna, and you can tell him you heard from, you got it on Live Life in the Purple. What do they get? Get a finger free. He'll treat you right. Let's say he'll treat you right. Let him think on that.
Definitely. And that's again, my IG is Ink Rich A1. That's INK Rich A1.
All right. Thank you so much for coming through. Hang out with us. You've got a lovely another guest to your left, and we're going to get to know her. Are we taking a quick break, Marilyn? Are we going on with it?
I think we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with IBNXradio.com.
Hello, my Purple Nation. Live Life in the Purple is pleased to announce its new sponsor. We are now supported by Purple Door Creations. Purple Door Creations is an incubator for creatives. 5 brands under one roof. Purple Door Creations, making the world beautiful, one dream at a time. Today is a good day to believe in yourself.
Need to catch up on past episodes? No problem. Live Life in the Purple is on Mixcloud and now on iHeartRadio. Choose your favorite way to enjoy Live Life in the Purple because positivity, it's a movement, baby.
See, I was a round-the-way girl. Southside projects define my world. Struggled every single day, trying to find my own way. Hardly any food to eat. Well, maybe some day-old cream of wheat. 3 kids to a bed. Me, I'm crouched at the head. Wore hand-me-down clothes. Shoes expose my bare toes. Tired of living in want. Hated how the other kids would taunt. Well, family ain't making ends meet, so I took to the streets. Turned to bad boys and drugs when all I needed was hugs. Nose raw from snorting cocaine. Alcohol and pills just driving me insane. Promiscuous sex done on a dare. Needed love, so I didn't care. But got no respect from a man, cause I just didn't understand. To further crush my dreams, I'm now pregnant at 18. Forced to grow up really fast. Now my life's on full blast. It's like a ticking time bomb. I'll just blame it on mom. But she don't really care. She got her own cross to bear. So guess I'll take responsibility and try to just raise my family. Get my life back on track and pat my own self on the back. With God's help, I began to pray. His love guided me all the way. Now my life's no longer shady. Hey, I'm glad I did that full 180. think I turned out okay, despite the struggles back in the day. Grateful I grew up to be the phenomenal woman that's me. Yeah, I'm a round-the-way girl.
Okay, now let's get into the voice behind that piece. Camila the Diva. And I'm only teasing her because that's our IG.
Yes.
Camila, and I always spell it Kameeleh _ the Diva.
_ Diva.
_
Yes.
Diva. That is a heavy piece. That is a heavy piece.
It was a little hard to write, but I felt like I had to write it. I had to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about me. Sometimes it's hard to do.
It is hard to do, and I was shocked by it because I didn't know. You know, the thing about poetry is so revealing.
Yeah,
it's so revealing. But we do it so well. Like any art, we use our words to adorn while informing. So I don't want to leave you feeling, you know, bad for me, but I want you to appreciate it at the same time. And it is an art to how to do that, to show somebody express what you went through, but not leave them there.
Yeah.
Because you got out of it, but I done put you back in it with my words, and I left you.
Yeah, because you want to share who you are. You want to share yourself. You want people to know because somebody's going through it, even if you think they're not. Somebody's going through the same thing you went through. So you want to share yourself and let them know that they can be empowered as well to come through all the trials and tribulations of their early years. So that's why I had to write it. Yeah.
We talk a lot about our path and how we got here on the show. And I mentioned some time ago that you could be headed in life's direction one way, and then something happens that puts you on another course, and here we are. Did that happen for you? Were you always aiming to be a public personality, a poet? What was your...
No, not at all. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was all over the place. Like I said in the poem, I was doing the bad things in life, as we, quote unquote. And I would hear people speak. I would hear people do poetry, and I would read. I read all the time. I lived at the library all the time. Every day I walked to the library. So I knew I loved to read. I knew I loved to write. And then I said, I can write, so let me write. And seeing people do poetry, I said, I can do that too. So I tried it, never knowing that it would be a part of me, never knowing that it's something that I would do as an adult. So,
wow.
Yeah, it just grew on me.
Yeah. Who, as I use the term, who came and got you poetry-wise? Who tapped you on the shoulder, made you say, put pen to paper?
Maya for sure. Yeah, I love her work. I love her story. I connect to her story, so definitely Maya.
Yeah. Isn't that something? And that's how I got to know Camila. Life is so beautiful.
It really is.
And as we learned last night, Deepak Chopra, I want everybody to know that you are the universe. There are elements of us in everything.
Everything.
The ocean and everything. And so we are this magnificent substance that can do so much. It's like having a billion, 3 billion secret weapons. We all are that big, And so what we are going to find ourselves doing is finding out who we are and why we are and all that stuff. And that if you get to develop a talent or something that can communicate that to the world, wow.
Yeah,
most people never will.
We are that big.
Yeah.
And that is scary sometimes, to know that we are the universe. We are part of everything, like you just said. And so that gets scary. So you have to know the God in you. You have to recognize the God in you. And that's what gives you the energy. That's what gives you the know-how to, follow your purpose, to do what you were here to do, once you know who you are.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I appreciate that. And as an entrepreneur as well, because being an artist, you also, by default, have to become an entrepreneur. Because you are a business. You are a brand.
That's right.
So did you think about that at all, or is it kind of on the way to developing your artistry, your poetry, that I mean, you're getting paid to go out. So you are a business.
That's true. But what I recognize and what I realize is the people around you that encourage you and help you to do that is you need that support system. And I have that. So just the people in my life who encourage me to realize that about myself, because I didn't and I don't. I'm sort of like a behind the scenes kind of girl. I really am. Because like he said, I'm not looking for the fame. I'm looking for the creativity in everything that I do. And sometimes that causes you not to soar the way people think you should soar. So it's your support system around you that helps you to do that. Like you, M. Love, you know it's the truth. It really is. She encourages me so much.
That was the deal. That was the deal. I needed you to help me with poetry, not writing it so much, but being a realistic mirror. Folks, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an artist, if you are a writer, whatever you do that takes you out to the public, you know how hard it is to get people to be sincere and tell you the truth.
That's true.
They'll tell you what they want you to hear because they don't want to deal with it. And you know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh, yeah, I know.
So having people around you that tell you the truth helps a lot, you know. So I knew you would be, I found you out to be that kind of person, and I was like, I need to bounce ideas off of somebody. I need somebody to, you know, kind of guide me around that. And so you were that, but I don't want to be just a taker. You also want to give. So I'm like,
Right.
what do you want to do? And that's how we started. And that's how this show came about. What I'm holding in my little hands is a show that is already out on social media, it's already out on Eventbrite, and it is sexy. 7 sexy soul sisters spitting their what?
Watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth, boy. So, and Camila asked me to host that. This came about, I don't know, after how many conversations of us saying the same things over and over again.
Months and months and months.
We don't support each other. We don't appreciate each other. There's rivalries. There's stuff going on that I don't know because I'm not a part of it, but I feel it, and I just know I don't feel right. And so we talked about how we would do it right. And you had an idea, and I was like, let's do that. Let's do this show.
Yes.
Let's pull in the right energy.
And by the way, fellas, that mean you getting stopped at the door. This is an all-female event, by the way. All-female.
Do you want men to come?
Of course.
We want men to come.
Oh, men are welcome.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
It's just an
It's all
all-female
women.
review
Yeah.
on the stage.
okay,
but
okay.
we want the men in there to
All
enjoy
right,
these
fellas, pull
7
up, pull
sexy
up.
soul sisters.
Yeah,
Yes.
February 25th. Definitely come at the 7, correct?
Oh, yes, at the 7 Sports Bar and Grill.
Is the food good?
The food is excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, the food is really, really good. They got a full menu. They got the hookah. They got drink specials. They got everything. It's going to be
Okay.
great. It's going to be a great night.
I love it. So February 25th.
Yes.
You get to see us act a fool, but have fun and support each other.
Oh, yes.
Entertain each other. It's going to be so beautiful. People are coming in from out of town.
Yes, they
Kia
are.
Nicole coming in from Florida with her
sister.
beautiful jazzy voice. I'm starting from the bottom and working my way up. Keith Turner, I think she is MC Light and all those come back.
Yeah, that's our rapper.
Yeah.
She's going to do her thing.
Karis Lovechild, you knew her.
Oh my goodness. She is just a ball of fire. She really is. Just she commands the stage. I saw her a few months ago at Felicity Love's show, and oh my goodness, I went up to her right away. I said, I need you, sister. I need you in my show. And she said, yes, no problem. She
Shades
is a
of
spitfire.
Essence.
Oh, that's a trio, a singing group, R&B singing group, 3 sisters. And I'm telling you, they're going to close it out.
Sisters? They're sisters?
No, they're not.
Okay.
Yes, sisters.
I got sisters, all right.
Sisters.
Isna Tianzi, our own everything around Atlanta, and very inspirational.
Yes.
And very pro love is going to be there as well. Rare Epiphany. If y'all don't know Rare, I might not even through the list yet, and I'm already.
I know, right?
They're going to get a treat. Beautiful presence, beautiful spirit. Sing. Oh, her poetry is amazing. And Miss Felicity Love presiding. I love it. And
Can't say
I
enough
get
about that sister.
I can't say enough. And I get to introduce all these wonderful women and just have fun. So y'all come out and support. come out
Yes,
support, please.
yes.
We,
And
I
thank
would
you,
love to have
thank you, Camila, and Love for pulling this together, because I know you've been talking about it, but what you created, what this night is going to be, is just true magic and beauty.
Yeah.
It's just going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
I can't believe the lineup. It's just going to be an amazing,
Now,
amazing.
what's the name of it
night.
again?
Seven
sexy
soul
sisters
sitting
there.
What?
Watch your mouth, girl. And again, that will be at the 7th. Doors open at 7 p.m. $7 for the coverage, and the address is 3570 Highway 138 Southwest, Stockbridge, Georgia 30281. February 25th.
Put it on your calendars because
It's
we're
on
going to have to
Eventbrite.
see you there. Yes.
There's before we go, there is a beautiful soul in the building. I just want to have him step up to the mic for a second. And
Yes, so right now we have an exclusive, all-exclusive interview with the one and only Miami native, R&B sensation. We can't even say R&B artist. We have to say sensation. Jay Mazur, how you doing, my brother?
I'm here. How's it going, my brother Tippy?
It's a blessing, man. Thank you for coming in the house. Thank
yeah,
you for joining Live Life in the Purple today. How
I
you doing?
appreciate you guys having me. You know,
Yes,
fresh
sir.
off the flight. We just got back to New York about 2 days ago. And flew right
Easy.
out here after, so you know the grind never stop, man.
Yes, sir. So what you got going on? You know, just let everybody know what's coming up. You know, and what you've been doing.
Well, right now, man, we just been moving a lot, man. Just doing the promo because we're getting everything set up for the EP. Vibes.
Whoa, the EP.
Yeah, I'm dropping a new EP.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
First
what's
quarter.
the name of
The
it?
first
I mean,
quarter.
I
of the
know,
year.
but
you know,
we gotta act
yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know, we're dropping the EP at the first quarter of the year just to try to give the people some new content. We're gonna have a lot of visual, a lot of. I feel like this project is gonna just put everything on the map where it's supposed to be. You feel me? And
definitely,
you know, over the years we've been working with IBNX and everything, and I always say, man, once I eat IBNX, everyone eats. You know,
Oh, yeah.
so I ain't gonna lie. 2018, like, because you know, God willing, is gonna be mine.
Oh, yeah.
So on the R&B level, singer, whatever from Miami, it's all me.
So we know for the last few years you've definitely been killing the streets with Up In There, your single with Ripper the Kid,
Yeah,
and Troy Murray.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So do you have anything coming, like any new singles, or are you keeping that under wraps right now? Can we let that out the bag?
I got a new single coming, and
Okay.
it has a celebrity feature on it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I guess, you know, because of little stuff, I'm not gonna say who it is, but it's gonna be
Yeah.
a surprise. It's gonna be worth it. But I got new music. It's called Main Girl, and you know someone who wrote it is
I mean,
that boy Tippy is an amazing writer.
Yes,
you know,
thank you.
and you know we brought some stuff to life, and he gave us a hit. So, you know, Main Girl's gonna be dropping in a few weeks, so y'all stay tuned for that. We're gonna be doing a single release party for it as well. So just stay tuned. We're gonna be there.
For sure. And everybody that's watching and listening, do you have anything coming up in the city they may want to come and support you, or you know, just in other cities, because your fan base is worldwide?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, March 16, 89 Till is a collective of artists from Miami. We got Fame Music, Louie Lou, of course, my brother Tippy, you know, Ryan Pax, Ripper the Kid, Camilla Shawnee. You know, shouts out to Mr. 2 Live, our shooter back in Miami, and King Cena as well. March 16, we have our own concert.
Yes.
We got guest performances by Frank Castle. You know, he's popping out of Miami. A Rare Breed, who's popping as well. My homie Grimace. So, you know, the whole Haitian community, man, is building in Miami right now. You know, not bootleg. You feel me? So we getting, man, this is gonna be a sold out show, and I'm excited about it. You know, we got a lot of stations that's backing it, and man, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a dope show. March 16.
It's a blessing, man. I'm coming down early, so we gotta do a whole promo run now.
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole promo run, man. Slide to all the stations, stamping the streets. You know, IBNX is definitely, you know.
Yes,
So-
IBNX definitely always gonna be a part of everything we do.
For sure.
But man, we really appreciate you coming all the way up here from
Man,
Miami,
it's
Florida.
love, man,
You
it's
know,
love,
taking
man.
time out your busy schedule, bro. Because
Nah.
we know you be on the move, man.
Yeah, I'm going back to New York in a week from now.
That's
You know,
love
Shout
right
out, oh man.
That's love.
Let me just say real quick, for Melissa, you seen my grind. You seen my progression and where I came from.
And not just with the music,
Maryland
with the weight
too.
loss. though.
Maryland,
even with
man.
the weight loss, like let's not forget
Maryland
about
was
that.
still Maryland was still seeing me when I was still in that whole process.
Yeah.
You know, it's like now I'm at my weight goal.
And he did not go to Dr. Miami for all those
No.
who out
You
there
hear
trying
her
to
call
think
us
something.
Marilyn Melissa.
No.
I know.
I know, you know.
No,
we know.
that's
I know.
family.
I got
No.
Warren, dude.
I know.
I got Warren. Now I gotta use that bag I hid.
Nah, but man, it's just when you passionate about something, you don't let that hinder you, man. You know.
Yeah.
I was a 400-pound dude, man.
Wow.
Now
Speak on
I'm at my weight goal. They told me to get to 210. I said, man, I want to get to 250. I'm at 245. I'm good.
Wow.
I don't need to get, but it's just music and just my daughter, man. I'm a first-time dad, so I'm still getting accustomed to it. She's 3. I'm
Shout
still
out
getting
to
accustomed to
Maddie.
it. Madison Rose. I
Yeah.
named her
You
after. I had to name her. I had to.
Done. You're whipped. You're done.
I love
Girls
her.
have that power.
I love her. I named her after Madison Square Gardens. I'm going to sell out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
If I
wow.
don't sell out, I'm going to
Wow.
perform on that. You remember that
I mean,
talk.
you told me before you had your daughter what you was gonna name her,
Yeah.
what the name meant.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
We done had a lot of long.
Yeah.
I'm talking hour long
Yeah.
conversations
Wow.
about
That's
life
facts.
and just manifesting things.
And a
into
lot of the
fruition.
stuff we manifest is
We
actually
live in that.
happening.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Tactics. It's just that one. You
Yeah.
remember that one thing we waiting on
What
that
is
to
it?
happen.
Let them know because I told Marilyn, I told M behind the scenes. We talk all the time, but let them know that way we really put it out there into the universe.
On a personal level, Tippy was going through stuff in his life. I was going through stuff. We linked up, and it was just love ever since. You feel me? Musically, we've been working, and we say, man, Jay, we going through all this, and we scratching our head. The bosses is down our back, but one day we're gonna be laughing in the back of a Maybach, talking about this whole situation. In the back of a Maybach, just laughing like, man, we did this. Now we can feed our family and the people we love, man. Because I'm a giving person. I think I'll go broke trying to help people. That's just the way I am. I want to help. If I can do anything to put someone on, even if it's just posting this, I will do it. If it's helping, I'm down for it. That's how my mom raised me, and that's how I'm gonna keep it going.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, but
We
we
good,
definitely appreciate you, man, because like I said, even just people seeing your grind, even if it's
Yeah.
not for the music, just the weight loss, like that
Yeah.
motivates a lot of people. And like I said, that motivated me to get back in the gym.
Yeah, man. I
Like
see
Marilyn
you. I
said,
see you.
she said, is Jay gonna recognize that you went to the gym? And what's one of
Man.
the first things you said?
They ain't like you jumped
Yeah.
out of prison. I said, yo, Tippy, boy, you swole, bro. I said, like, you just jumped. He was like, man, you motivated me, Jay. I'm like, what? Damn, bro.
Yeah,
That's
man.
we looking good, man.
So just know, like, everybody in this
Yeah.
room and everybody here, what you doing, we may feel like it's going unnoticed.
Yeah.
The things that we work for day in and day out that are meticulous, the little, just like I told him, the grind is a jigsaw puzzle. You have 100 little pieces. If you're missing one, you don't have the complete picture.
Yeah.
So I just want to let each and every one of y'all know that everything y'all doing, even the small things
Yeah.
that you may think that may not, really be touching people, like you bringing people together. We all
Definitely.
bringing people together and we motivating each other. So I appreciate all y'all. This is Team Purple, Live Life in the Purple. We had an exclusive interview with Jay Mazur.
Yes, we
And
did.
we're gonna hand it back to the
We
to the leader.
We just, I'm
Queen.
so full of love right now. This means so much. I appreciate everything. This is how we get down every Tuesday. No lie.
Yes.
This is how it goes down. And so we appreciate all the energy sent. Where we headed? I got to go to an African drumming class. That's right. So I headed to Core Dance Studio and Rise Theater. We're putting on a drumming. I'm excited about the energy that we're going to get from that. It's a wellness thing. Camila coming in the house. I love it. I appreciate every little thing, even the thoughts, because you may say, oh, man, I didn't get a chance to watch. That's okay. Catch the replay on Mixcloud and iHeartRadio.
On what?
Mixcloud and
And
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
I'm talking up, hey. iHeartRadio. So, yeah, coming up soon. So there's always a way to stay in contact. All right? We thank you. We love you. Our guest, thank you for traveling out, Mr. Ink Rich. Let me touch some Rich. There you go.
Touch some Rich. That's royalty.
Queen,
Feel
thank
very
you
wealthy.
so
Feel
much.
very
for
wealthy.
coming.
Thanks
Thank
for
you. Let's do
having
this
me.
show. Let's do this show, the 25th. We love y'all. Thank you behind the glass for everything. IBNX. We do this every week. Why? Positivity. It's a movement, baby. We out.
Only one. Tip it. Yeah.
Did you enjoy the show?
We appreciate y'all tuning in again.
Yeah.
And again.
Yeah.
And again.
Yeah. Let's go.
I hope M Love touched your soul and gave you more. We live every Tuesday from 2 to 4. Led by a strong black woman, Team Purple. A long time coming. Patience is a virtue. The best show, the best guests, the best topics. IBNX Radio, the best rocket. Rock solid, a lot of knowledge. Pay homage. Live life in the purple, taking off like a rocket. Only one.
You're listening to IBNX. IBNXradio.com.
IBNX Radio.
534.